Hi Sagittarius, this is your Mid June 2019 reading. Sagittarius, June is a very critical month for you, as we spoke about it in the new moon video as well. June is the month when your critical axis is getting activated. That gives us an opportunity to start again, start in a completely fresh manner. At the start of the month, we had a new moon which is happening in your house of partnership. It gives an opportunity from 3rd of June all the way till 17th of June to start afresh in a commitment, in a contract, in a client relationship, in a business relationship, in a personal relationship, which is very, very exciting and expansive for you. This is not the only thing that's happening this month. We also have Jupiter and Neptune making their second contact in the month of June on 16th of June. This is you expanding your view of your world. You're looking at a completely different scenery now. You're looking to expand your sphere of influence, what you do in your life for the next 1 decade in terms of your career, in terms of your life path, and a new opportunity is opening up a completely new world for you. And this is the time to be flexible, to be open to the new things that are coming your way and take different inputs that are coming your way to expand your outlook and your sphere of influence, because this is a very, very critical turning point for you. You'll start feeling that from 10th of June itself, when Sun and Jupiter are making an opposition with each other, and Jupiter will be closest to Earth on 10th of June. This is a turning point. This gives you an opportunity to look at a latent opportunity in a different way. Our ambition is revved up. Our optimism is revved up. At the same time, a dissolution of an old way of being is required for you to step into this new latent opportunity, new potential opportunity, which was latent in the past, and now it is suddenly turning around. We have to capture this in the right way, and that is what we'll aim to do, and that will bring an old chapter to closure with your full moon on 17th of June. Maybe something you had initiated either 6 months back or all the way back in December 2017. That chapter is coming to a logical conclusion this month. You know where to go by the end of this month, and once you know where you have to go, you just pick that flag up and go with full vigor into it. And that is what this whole month is about. At the start of the month, the new moon, as well as at the end of the month, the full moon, they are both under a single influence of Jupiter, Neptune together. Jupiter and Neptune come together once in 13 years. They come together for over 9 months to create a birthing process of a new ideology of our life. For you, this is very critical because Jupiter is in your sign, so it's changing the very fundamentals by which you run your life. Neptune in your house of security is shifting the way you feel secured in your skin, whether it is the old security blanket of a family or of an old career or of an old way of making money. That old security blanket has to be given up, has to be dissolved, and that will be key during the course of this month. You're going out of your comfort zone to do something that you've not done before. So the old emotional patterns, the old dependencies, they are getting dissolved. Even to some extent, the family patterns, the family structure that may not have been helping you in terms of your growth in your future, that old structure might be getting dissolved in order to propel you forward, in order to sort of, if there have been like chains which need dissolution, because these are old family patterns, old way of engaging in your personal life, which is not helping your individuality come out in your work. It is not letting your full vigor come out in your work. It is stopping the way you want to be in terms of your career. That pattern has to be dissolved, and that becomes inevitable during the course of this month when Neptune is very, very strong, and it is being expanded by the influence of Jupiter around 16th of month. This is a dissolution of an old long held ideology, and we'll see that in the world events as well, because synods play out in the world events. Even Jupiter Neptune started to come together from 13th of January. That was the seeding of an idea of changing something in your life, especially in your personal life, that will allow you more expansion in your career life. that will allow you more expansion in the way you present your talents to the world. You're coming out of your security blanket this year. And that process started from 13th of June when these two planets met for the first time. But that was just the seeding. Now is their second meeting, which is happening on 16th of June, which is a gestation period. You're shown an alternative approach, a reconsideration of what was seeded. Maybe there is a different way to handle your family structure. Maybe there is a different way to handle a situation in career where you can bring out your full vigor out. Maybe you were suppressing your talents. Maybe you were putting yourself in the background instead of putting your needs in the front. That has to be dissolved now. Maybe your home needs to be shifted. Maybe your base needs to be shifted. Maybe you need to initiate something that is away from home, that is away from your security blanket, and that requires an old emotional life to be dissolved in order for you to move forward. This is the kind of expansion that you're offered once in 12.7 years. So this is something you cannot ignore. So this is the midpoint. I would call that as a turning point. The birthing process happens in the last meeting, which is exactly 9 months from the process that it started in January. This is an exact 9-month birthing process that happens once in 12.7 years. So the first meeting on 13th of January, second meeting on 16th of June, and the last meeting will be on 21st of September, when you'll see the full colors, the full benefit of you giving it all, of you being able to monetize what you initiated, of you seeing the expansion as a result of the investment you have done during the course of this month. And you will start seeing from now all the way till September some amount of clarity in terms of what needs to be done. Because when Neptune is strong, things are up in the air. We do not really know how things will pan out. There's confusion in the family structure. Where will I live for long run? Where will my family be for long run? There is a confusion on where my next dollar will come from, because the security blanket is taken off, but the new path has not unveiled itself yet. So that clarity comes as we approach 21st of September birthing date, and that process starts from now in June. You're shown an alternative approach around 10th or 12th of June. That will be the time to start considering it. That will be the time to start seeing if there is an alternative approach that might help you unlock this career opportunity, this partnership, this relationship, or a business partnership in its full glory, so it benefits you to the maximum. And you'll see a turnaround of that coming in the next week itself. That will be the time to look at the choices that are presented to you, because there will be some amount of confusion, because too many options, too many pathways are shown to you. This is especially true if you have planets between 18 to 21 degree of Sagittarius, because Neptune is stationed around 18 or 19 degree of Sagittarius, which is around 8th, 9th or 10th of December born. But we start progressing forward from that. So from 8th of December all the way till 13th of December, you'll feel this energy very, very strongly, that something old, something that you thought was your basis, was your security blanket, that has to be dissolved for you to move forward. But there will be too many external influences coming your way this month. This is the month when the only person you can truly trust is you. The only person you can truly trust is your own intuition. And in order to make the best of this beautiful aspect, you need to tamper it down. You need to bring it down to something concrete. That's why Saturn is making an aspect to this Jupiter and Neptune combination. Saturn is trying to bring reality to it. It is trying to bring a form to it. It is trying to make sure that your inspiration is not wasted. This higher vision that you're seeing for your life is not wasted. And we put a concrete format to it. And Saturn is giving you this opportunity to bring it into a format by telling you you need to work on your financial destiny. You need to work on your financial growth, keeping that long-term aim in mind, that what's happening this year, apart from the shift in your personal life, apart from the shift that you want to be more and you're seeing a different vision of your life, what's happening this year as well is Saturn is asking you to create the foundation of your financial growth for the next 30 years, because Saturn comes in a financial house once in 30 years as well. So you're creating a new foundation of how you're going to make money, what talents will get you money, what kind of new opportunities, new sources of income will get you money, and you're trying to create a stable source of financial growth for yourself. Keeping that in mind, this energy is put into some concrete format, and the direction you chose has a financial growth angle to it. You will choose the path that will give you maximum stability when it comes to your financial resources, when it gives you an opportunity to learn the kind of talents that will give you financial growth over a long period of time. And at the same time, you want to take a path that will give you more self-worth, that will make you feel more useful when it comes to your work. So these will be your dampening parameters or stabilizing parameters, this material focus, if I can call it, that will give you the right basis to make the decision. This internal radar that I want to create a new talent, a new way of creating value, a responsible decision making when it comes to my financial growth, that will help you take the right move, make the right choices. It will give you the right kind of self-discipline in making you financially independent. It will help you define the right path, because your personal situation or your sense of security will be up in the air right now. But that dissolution is required. Sometimes we need to, our security blanket needs to be taken off so we can take a leap of faith. And that is exactly what's happening, in my view, in your aspects right now. So that's at the start of the month, and this influence will continue to influence the full moon that is happening on 17th of June as well. But before we get there, on 12th of June all the way till 16th of June, I spoke about it in a separate video as well, we have the Angarka Yoga, which is Mars and North Node coming in opposition to Saturn and South Node. This is you raging against an opposition. Mars and North Node, they're working towards creating a financial independence for you. You want to create a new source of income, which could be joint in nature. It could be that you are combining your talents with somebody, which is the road to success for you this year, to generate value beyond income. It could be in form of commissions. It could be in form of a diverse source of income, which you're trying to nail down. Mars and North Node revs us up. We work towards our destiny. We know where we want to go, and we just want to get there at any cost. So between 12th to 16th of June, you'll find yourself very driven to go into a new financial sphere. This could also be you cutting off an old source of financial dependency with somebody, maybe a joint finances with a business partner or with a personal partner, and a cord needs to be cut over there for you to get the freedom in your financial sphere, even in your intimacy. You want to get deeper with somebody in your personal relationship. This is all about proceeds of relationship, the proceeds of a partnership. If it's a business partnership, we are talking about financial aspects getting discussed, getting realized, you're working towards them. Or if you are in a personal partnership and you're trying to forge a personal, deeper partnership, this is about intimacy and depth in that. And you maybe want to cut off an old partnership, an old way of being, and have a rebirth in terms of what you want out of your partnerships going forward. And that is the theme of the July eclipses as well. So from 12th of June all the way till 16th of June, we are actually working towards the eclipses that are happening in July, which is very, very fated, very karmic. The aim of that is to give you financial independence as well as more intimacy and depth in your partnerships. You want to get away from a situation where you felt powerless, either in your personal relationship or in your business situation. And for that, there is a shift that is required, a mold that needs to be broken, which was old, and you're now working towards a new pattern. This is again very much true if you're born around 8th or 9th of December, or if your planet's around 18 degree of Sagittarius. So 18 degree of Sagittarius or 19 degree of Sagittarius, few degree before and after, and people born around 8th or 9th of December will feel this very strongly, but this is true for all of you because eclipses are felt at a wider scale. You'll feel this as a karmic destiny that a situation needs to end for you to move into a more expansive, financial, and deeper relationship. So, this turnaround, this working towards like never before would happen between 12th to 16th of June. The thing to be careful about, as I spoke about in the separate video as well, is that when we are so sure about what we want, there is a higher likelihood of quick tempers destroying meaningful relationships happening as well. Ego takes over when this aspect happens, and this is not just for you. You'll find people getting much more, way more hyper in terms of their temperament, in terms of their need to prove themselves, and you'll find yourself at loggerheads when it comes to ego fights with somebody, possibly around 13th of June. Being careful on 13th of June as well as on 19th of June this month that this can come up, because it's a very, very strong aspect to break away from a situation that is not serving you well. But at the same time, this is a very strong aspect of having a fight with somebody, having an ego conflict with somebody, somebody not liking this new powerful self, this you taking care of your financial growth, of your personal situation. Somebody may not like this, and at that point in time, you might feel that somebody is trying to take your power away by telling you that they don't like this new you. There's a tipping point, a mini crisis of ego, which is possible with a partner, either business or a personal partner, on 13th of June. Again, this is very much true, not just for 18 degree Sagittarius, but all the way till 22 or 23 degree of Sagittarius, which is around 13th to 14th of December born. So 9th to 13th or 14th December specifically need to take care around this time. The road to success this year, Sagittarius, as I've spoken in the previous video as well, is to get your share of finances this year, yes, but you might be better off by merging your talents with somebody, by merging with somebody in a deeper way, your talents, your finances, intimacy wise as well. Two are better than one in this year. You're better merging your talents, working with somebody this year. As somebody said about the recent trade wars, more trade is better than no trade. So this is working with a partner might be better. I'm saying this in the context of United States of America, who has a Sagittarius ascendant as well. You'll see this turn out in the fate of the country as well, because they have a similar chart here, trying to figure out the right proceeds of partnership, the trade, the way to connect with the partner in the right way and making it work, but working under pressure. Lot of discipline, lot of karmic events, lot of karmic discussions and communications happening, especially around 15th and 16th of June. You'll find a lot of discussions on the proceeds of partnership, whether it is the proceed of a client contract or proceed of a business partnership, which might be under a lot of negotiation and discussion. But the communication is very much amped up. We might be too quick to act, too quick to speak, more security driven at that point. So use of softer approach, use of emotional appeal, use of indirect approach will work better. The creative approach, the softer words which you are so great at, would work better right now versus the ego element, which will get highlighted and will be prominent around that time as well. You'll especially have that opportunity around 15th and 16th of June, when we have a beautiful grand water trine form. that gives an ease of emotions, an ease of evolution, ease of discussion, negotiation, and getting your point across to somebody around 15th or 16th of June. That is the time you can get something over the line in a softer fashion, in a fashion which is evolving from a previous approach that was coming across. Earlier in the week, you'll find that things are too amped up. Relationship and financial discussion has to evolve out of its old situation into a more expansive one. But there is a way to get from A to B without damaging the existing relationships, which are very meaningful in nature. And you need to be assertive here, but at the same time, break down the misinformation, the negative communication that might be coming your way during this time. That's what I wanted to say on that. And that brings me to the beautiful full moon that is happening on 17th of June in your sign Sagittarius. This is a very, very expansive, happy, optimistic, over the top, adventurous full moon, as your full moons are meant to be. The full moon of 17th of June is happening at 25 or 26 degree of Sagittarius. So people born around 18th to 19th of December, a few days before, a few days after, and a Sagittarius rising sun or moon with planets around 25 degree to 26 degree, a few degrees before and after, will feel it very, very strongly. A completion of a phase that initiated around 6 months back or all the way back in December 2017. This is a manifesting full moon. Something comes to fruition, something optimistic comes into view. This is very, very inspiring, very adventurous, very spontaneous, and to some extent over the top and on the spur, because we are meant to do something which we strongly believe in, and that requires us to go a little bit over the top. Jupiter meeting Neptune is the key influence here, whose effect is to take us over the top inspiration, over the top positivity, over the top optimism coming our way, because we have realized the path we want to follow. And 26 degree of Sagittarius in Sambian astrology is shown as a flag bearer in a battle. You are very, very idealistic. You're standing up to intimidation. You're standing up to anybody standing in your path right now because you know where you want to go and you would not take no for an answer. This is a person crusading one's personal understanding of truth and retaliating to no matter who stands in the path. You're holding yourself and others to a higher standard right now. You have the courage right now of your conviction to stand up for the truth that you have realized is yours. You know where you want to go and you will get there at any cost right now. This is happening at a star which is known for blindness to what we see, because you see something beyond the current situation, and once you see something beyond the current situation, there is nobody who can stop you from getting you there. You feel very, very full of purpose right now, full of potential, full of inspiration. Over the top belief beyond the current situation is instilled with this full moon, and an ideology that is true to you is what you follow. What you follow is adventure. You want to travel, you want to publish, you want to work in something that is expanding your sphere of influence, and nobody can stop you from getting there. You will be in spotlight right now. What would be tested at this point in time is, can we bottle this inspiration, this over the top energy into concrete steps? Because that will be very much required for you to do that. And in the next coming days, that opportunity is offered to you with Mercury and Mars opposing Pluto. We are given strong focus. Apart from the drive and the motivation that is coming, we are given depth. We are given depth to follow through right in the coming days. From 17th to 21st of June, both our mind and our actions are very focused, very powerful, very motivated, and we go for it. It's an energy that helps you follow through on something that might be very esoteric in nature, which may not have a physical format right now. You just know that's where you want to go, but what are the concrete steps? What is the plan to get there? How do I make money out of that? All of that comes through in the coming days with Mercury and Mars working together, and you have to use those days between 17th to 21st of June to buckle down and make it all work for you, because it will be hard to relax. You'll be unable to stop yourself once you've seen the way. This is the time where others will not like, the conflicts will come, egos will come, because once somebody is sitting on the horse, the people who are not at that level, they start feeling very threatened with that energy. I'm sorry to say that, but this energy will threaten a couple of people around you, because you'll be very impactful. You'll feel very, very powerful and focused at this point in time, especially in your speech, in the way you communicate your vision. You'll be very, very strong. So at this point in time, it's on you to follow the high road. It's on you to take the high road and go with it. People will be shocked at this point in time, because they'll see a very different behavior out of yourself. You are normally a very nimble sign, very adjustable, very open to others' feedback. It's not that you're not open right now, but you have seen how to go about this path, and once you've seen how to go about this path, it's very hard to stop you from getting there. And the people who think you're going too fast would not like it. There is a little bit of dampening down. You'll see that somebody is going to point out issues in your plan, and it's fine. Again, as I said, use your flexibility to take in the inputs as they're coming, but judge them against your inner radar. You'll have a lot of physical, mental energy right now to make all of this work and getting stuff done, but it is unchecked. It's unchecked power. We do not have Saturn here. We do not have anything stopping you from getting there apart from the ego conflicts and some of the conflicts that might be coming from your partners at this stage, for example, business partners, as I mentioned. So there is possibility of us going too fast and missing the details. Being careful of that. Combative nature. People will get into arguments with you right now. Being careful of that. Careful of accidents. I'm sorry to say that, but this is too fast. This is a very fast, very intentional, very short kind of energy where you have a deep confidence in what you want to do and how you want to get there. So be careful if you're driving around this time. It is great for in-depth investigation and follow through on financial matters. Physical endurance is amped up right now, and it will be hard to stop you, which is great right now, because you've seen the way, you know how you want to go, you want to focus on that, and it's unwavering focus, and that's exactly what you should do right now. On 21st of June, we have Sun moving into this area as well. So now you have 3 planets sitting in precedes of partnership. Your focus is very much on how to create financial worth out of what you're starting, how to create value out of a joint financial situation, how to create more intimacy, in depth in a personal relationship. It's the time to weed out the old toxins, because you know where you want to go. It's the time to put closure to an old phase, and you'll be very eager to do both, to start something new and put an end to an old situation which was hemming you down, which was holding you back. And again, the joint financial situation that you might be working on around 18th to 21st of June is where the eclipse of 2nd of July is. Eclipses bring about accelerated change in our destiny, and for you this is happening in a joint financial situation, in a joint intimate situation with somebody. So a shift is coming in the same situation where you're working on right now. You might be working to bring about that shift that is coming after 2nd of July approximately. And on the same day, on 21st of July, we have Neptune turning retrograde as well, which means that it will be very, very strong. The dissolution, the shift in your personal situation, either a shift in home or just moving away from old security blanket, that dissolution will be very strong. But at the same time, things will feel up in the air. The confusion is there when Neptune is going retrograde. You don't know what is reality, what is not, but you feel very amped up to go after what's happening right now. Use your internal information. When Neptune is so strong, external confusion is there, but our internal intuition is amped up too. So we know, our inner world knows the reality. We know what we want. We know what we want out of the situation. If you feel way too out of, because it's like Neptune is dissolving your base, so we might feel a little bit ungrounded at that point in time. So some practical suggestions from my end would be to actually walk on ground barefoot if you feel a little bit of that this month. Take the requisite minerals and vitamins which sort of improve your immunity. It will be very much required, especially if you have planets around 18 to 19 degree of Sagittarius, a few degrees before or after 18 or 19 degree of Sagittarius, which is if you're born a few days before or after 9th or 10th of December. It might be important to keep your immunity upgraded this month. At the same time, keep up your boundaries. Remember your boundaries. What's happening right now in another country with another person, with another thing, isn't happening to you. Because when Neptune is strong, our boundaries with our immediate atmosphere, with the news, with what's happening in the world events, it's reduced and we start feeling it all. The aim of it is to dissolve the old reality. But at the same time, we start taking the negative influences very easily. So protect your aura, protect your boundaries with other people. Do not have negative people who you know they affect you a lot in your surrounding this month. Keep them away because it's a very, very positive growth period for you. And when that happens, we tend to attract people, tend to get attracted to that growth because they want a piece of you. They want a piece of what you're having right now. So keep yourself protected, your aura protected. You can only help somebody if you are in the right situation. Proactively donate, proactively give to people. That will help to some extent mitigate that element. Living close to water, being close to water bodies will help you. Swimming will help you. Being close to having a water feature in the house could help you at this point in time. At the same time, having your home checked for water leakage or gas leakage. I'm sorry to say that, but these are the things that happen when Neptune is so strong. We need to be careful about water damage in the house, water damage in the office area, gas damage in the pipeline. Being careful of that around 21st of this month will be very critical for you. But overall, very expansive energy, and it gets better. It spills into your personal life as the month progresses. Between 22nd to 25th of June, this combination of Neptune and Jupiter is meeting Venus in your sign. It's beautiful. It's love at its maximum self. It's financial abundance at its maximum self. It is you seeing a turnaround in a personal situation or in a financial situation which might have been stuck for some time, and you feel over the top with it. You find a different inspiration on how to go about it. Being careful of overindulging ourselves, especially around 23rd of this month, in terms of spending too much or having pleasure in terms of food too much. Our morality and our boundaries are a little bit compromised when Neptune and Jupiter are together. So we could get a little bit with too many partners at the same time. Sorry to say that, but it's an influence that lets us lose our boundaries when it comes to love. So being careful of that. Around 22nd to 25th of June, especially if you have planets between 17 to 19 degree. So if you're born between 8th or to 10th of December, a few days before and after as well, this is the time of shift in our personal life. Over idealism, going over the top. You are under the influence of somebody who you are in love with, and there are adjustments and shifts which are done as a result of that because you want to make that happen. As long as it's the person who you know you want to go with, this is a very positive energy. But if you're meeting somebody new under this influence, you want to be a little bit careful of whether you are being taken for a ride. So being careful of that, because we are going to be very over the top in our romance area, in our being open to romance, being open to a partner, being open to a change when it comes to both our financial situation as well as our personal situation. So our wallet can open very easily and our heart can open very easily as well between 26th to 25th of June. Being careful of that. Very, very soothing energy at this time. Pisces moon tries to heal what has been happening so far in your personal situation. It gives you a positive energy to move forward with. But the financial negotiations, they're better done before 24th of June in my view, because Mercury goes invisible after 24th of June. Also, we are entering the period of Mercury retrograde, which will initiate on 7th of July, which means that the negotiations and the discussions that you might be doing when it comes to joint finances after 24th of June, they are subjected to back and forth. And to some extent, this back and forth might be inevitable, because we need to get into the details, we need to get the terms right, we need to get into the factor that those terms are positive and conducive to you. So they will continue till about mid of August in my view. This back and forth can go on till about 15th of August, and it could involve you relocating, you traveling, you being engaged with a foreign partner in a business situation or in a personal situation, and you're negotiating the terms of relocating with that partner or doing trade with that business partner. This is trade terms. And again, in United States of America terms, these are trade terms being renegotiated, rediscussed, and it will continue all the way till mid of August for resolution. And the resolution will come around mid of August, which follows with a period of growth to the birthing period in September of something fabulous and out of this world, more and better than you have ever imagined. This is a very, very expansive energy, but we'll have to give it form. We'll have to taper it down a little bit. 25th to 26th, when Aries moon is there, you feel very amped up to make it all happen. But as I said, after 24th of June, be careful of what you're committing at this period, because you might go back and forth on that. You have to keep that in mind, that these terms might require some more time to get negotiated and discussed. On 27th of June, when Venus and Pluto are meeting, this is a power struggle, possibly in a financial matter or in a personal matter, which you want to be careful about. This is a similar day to 19th of June and about 12th of June that I spoke about earlier in the month, which you want to be a little bit careful about. Sorry, 13th of June, 19th of June, and 27th of June. These are the three dates I'll mark on my calendar to be a little bit careful in terms of certain strong discussions coming our way when it comes to finances or partners, essentially. But you find a new angle. You find an innovative angle to make it all work. Uranus is working with Sun on the same day. You find a way to get over the old way of being and find a completely fresh angle which works for both the parties. On this day, Chiron is meeting Sun. We are getting over an old hurt, and that is something you want to be aware of. There might be an old wound of not taking enough risk in our life or doing what we truly want to do, taking risk on our talents, taking risk in our love life. That wound is getting healed by you acting on your desires, by you acting and getting your fair share, either in a financial partnership or in a personal partnership with somebody, and that will help you propel you forward. Don't let that old wound stop you from moving forward, because the aim is to heal that and move away from it, move forward from the old situation, move into this phase as if you are being reborn, because that is exactly what happens when our ruler comes back in a sign once in a decade. We are being reborn this year. and the process of that, the gestation period of that is happening in the month of June. So take advantage of that. July will be all about moving towards the adventure, enjoying what's coming our way. As Mars moves into your fellow fire sign of Leo on 1st of July itself, we are working towards an adventurous life. Fun after all this matter is put to rest, which will happen around mid of July itself. So good luck for that. I'll see you in the July video when we have the eclipses happening in your financial houses, which bring about a new start in a joint financial situation and brings about a closure to an old financial matter, a resolution of an old financial matter, which gives you certain amount of prosperity and positive fruits in the month of July itself. So look forward to that and good luck for this month, Sagittarius. Thank you.